these people had it coming. Are we against the Jewish people who are doing all these atrocities, or are we against the Zionist system that has taken over all the banks, all the political system, and it's bought all the politicians in America, and they're making their own rules, they're doing their own thing, and it is a complete chaos.
जिस इसराइल से 62 में 65 में और 71 में जिस इजराइल ने ऐतिहासिक रिकॉर्ड है कि भारत की मदद की थी, उस इजराइल से बात करने पे सवाल खड़ा किया जा रहा है।
अच्छा,
लानत है ऐसे राष्ट्रवाद पे, लानत है ऐसी राजनीति पे।
अच्छा, लानत बरसा दी।
क्या मतलब बनता है? देश को दांव पे लगा के ऐसी बात की जाएगी?
अच्छा, देश को कौन दांव पे लगा रहा है? क्या कैसे दांव पे लगा?
जिनका ये दो मुंह है।
अरे भाई, इतना चिल्लाओगे तो मुझे चिल्लाना पड़ेगा।
चरित्र
क्या आज वार्म अप होके आए हो कि चिल्लाना है? चिल्लाता रहूंगा, लानत मनानत बरसाता रहूंगा। अब शांत होंगे कि नहीं होंगे? थोड़ी शांति करेंगे? या एक नैरेटिव अब लेकर आए हो? अब नया प्रोजेक्ट शुरू कर दिया है आप लोगों ने। नया प्रोजेक्ट क्या ये है कि ईरान दरअसल दुश्मन देश है, भारत का दुश्मन है। ये वही कड़ियां और अध्याय जोड़ रहे हैं। अच्छा, मतलब बोलने नहीं देंगे आज पहले सोच कर आए हैं प्रोफेसर महेश्वर कि 65 और 71 में ईरान पाकिस्तान का समर्थन कर रहा था। अरे भाई, थोड़ी तो होश करो। 65-71 में ईरान में निजाम किसका था?
अरे भाई,
अमेरिका के पिट्ठू का।
अरे भाई, वो चलो मान लिया। चलिए, एक चीज तो मान ली, लेकिन उस समय इजराइल ने हमें समर्थन किया।
अच्छा,
इजराइल ने हमारा समर्थन किया।
हाँ।
एक दूसरी बात कि सोनिया गांधी जैसे लोगों को आयतुल्लाह खुमैनी की मौत पे चिंता है।
खमेनाई की मौत हुई, खुमैनी की पहले हो चुकी है। हाँ,
खमेनाई, चलिए,
हाँ,
खमेनाई की चिंता है, लेकिन उन 1 करोड़ भारतीयों की चिंता है।
Media is going crazy. Now you just saw this guy, some professor in India, and he's talking about supporting Israel when all the people know that there is a large population of Shias in Iran, in Iraq, in Pakistan, in India. And when Ayatollah Khamenei was martyred, there's like this whole wave of protesters, and there's like this whole wave that went throughout the Muslim Ummah, because Donald Trump and his phony friends don't understand what Shiaism is. They don't understand. They don't know about the Karbala and Imam Hussein and all the sacrifices that really happened throughout the ages. Let me just clear the audio.
थोड़ी शांति करेंगे।
And what happens is that he and his, I don't know who is recommending all these things to Donald Trump, but he really miscalculated what was the situation on the ground, because Shiaism, you have to understand, it's like going on for 1400 years, and martyrdom is like the main principle, because Imam Hussein stood for his right. He was on the right path, and he gave his life away to the oppressor of that time, who was Yazid. And that is where Shiaism comes in. And then there's the Persian Empire, which has been like 2,500 years old. No one has been able to conquer Iran. It's like one of the oldest empires. And seriously, what are these Zionist, godless people who are in the Epstein files, who are like, Trump really bombed like 150 innocent girls in Iran while he was attacking Khamenei. I mean, who is in war with who? And why is the American people going to pay the price for Donald Trump's misadventures? Why do American lives have to be wasted? So recently, I'll show you the video as well. There were like 3 planes shot down in Kuwait. And what happens is the Israeli people say, thank God it was the American jets who were shot down. Thank God it wasn't the Israeli jets. Because you have to understand their thinking. They think that all non-Jews are goyams, and goyams deserve to die, and goyams' children need to be murdered. You can't eat with a goyam. I mean, this is just on another insane level. The sort of hypocrisy, not the Jews. I mean, it's hard not to be anti-Semitic right now, because I mean, what? How can you even sympathize with these people who have been like doing an open genocide? And why is Trump the mouthpiece or the puppet to the Netanyahu regime? I mean, Trump might be the most powerful person in the world, but why does he have to bend over to Netanyahu? For what reason? To destroy the whole world? Now, what if Iran sinks the aircraft carrier? Then are we going for a nuclear war? So the hypocrisy and what's been coming out on the internet, relentless. There's been a war on Twitter, actual war on Twitter going on against these, I mean, forsaken chosen people or forsaken people. God chose them for a reason, and the land was chosen to them, and the whole world might burn, but Jews are promised the greater Israel. What is really going on? And there's like 3 people watching right now. Thank you guys for being here, whoever's watching. And please do like, share, and subscribe, and do also comment on our live streams. We're happy to answer all your questions. And let's get into the spicy stuff. So, uh, 2 or 3 hours ago, this just came in. It's like breaking news, and it just came in, and there is like another angle. This is like an angle of the growing fire on the top of U.S. consulate complex in Dubai. So Dubai's U.S. consulate has been targeted, and it's burning. And people were saying, Habibi, Habibi, come to Dubai. Let's see what's happening with Dubai.
जिगर जिगर एक फिर एक आ गई है
I don't know, guys, would you prefer going to Dubai now after watching all these things? So,
Secretary Higg said.
and
A memo
I
circulating.
mean, this guy, Trump, he's like a psychopath. He's like this narcissistic, Machiavellian personality. And I mean, he's like bombed 7 countries. He got Maduro, kidnapped Maduro out of Venezuela and took him to New York in like a matter of half an hour. And he doesn't care about your lives, my life, anyone's life. I mean, he was talking about the 3 soldiers that died defending the bases, and he just talked about it for 30 seconds and then started talking about the curtains and how Melania chose the curtains, and they were golden curtains, and Trump always likes the golden color. I mean, this guy is on another level. I mean, he's immune. He doesn't like have that empathy or that senses that everyone needs to function in their life. He kills a lot of people. He bombs the shit out of places, and he it never gets into him. He never blinks. He never thinks twice. And now, I mean, when the Epstein files were really coming out, there was a very, very good chance that Trump would lose the midterms and he would be impeached over and over again. And he would these impeachments would lead to prison time, and Donald Trump just started this big war. And he thought it would be like over in a day or two. he would just bomb the shit out of Iran and kill Khamenei, and the people would rise on the streets and take over the oppressive regime who has been oppressing people for like 20 years. And what happened? People are now chanting death to America in the streets of Tehran, and there's not like 100 people chanting, there's like thousands and thousands of people chanting death to America while the cruise missiles and the hypersonic and the supersonic missiles are coming and hitting them. They don't care. They want the revenge. Some say that Trump just went and he asked the Italians to negotiate a ceasefire, but Iranians are like, you did your thing. Now let us do our thing. And they've destabilized the whole region. You think Dubai's gonna come back, return from all this bombing that has just happened? It's never gonna return. Because remember when Saddam Hussein took over Kuwait? Kuwait was one of the most wealthiest and one of the fastest growing GDPs, and it was the shit. It was the thing that people were talking about. But after Saddam invaded Kuwait, it could never return to its former status. So, considering all these things, Trump knows that there's a civil war that is brewing inside America. And what is he doing? This is like the latest news. He's gonna put a defense force in every state. You have to understand the ideology of the IDF, Israeli Defensive Force. Now, the tactics that they use on the Palestinians, the same training has been given to the ICE agents who are like destroying people's lives in United States. The same sort of training is given to all the soldiers that go to Africa and they murder and rape and plunder, and there's like endless wars going on in Africa. All of this stems from the Zionist regime and their training. So now Trump knows that there's a big, massive protest because the internet has been burning all over on what Trump has done. So Trump is now making this force inside of US who's gonna do this dirty job. So let's see the video.
Media details the establishment of a National Guard response force that's going to be trained in crowd control and civil unrest and deployed in all 50 states by April of 2026. Can you verify the authenticity of that memo, and do you have any more information on the operations?
I'm not going to answer particulars on something that may be in the planning process, but we definitely do have multiple layers of National Guard response forces, whether it's in each state, whether it's regionally, whether it's Title 10 active duty, whether it's Washington, D.C. We've got a lot of different ways that constitutionally and legally we can employ Title 10 and Title 32 forces.
So, you just heard.
The first stage was the collection of material about every village in Palestine. This was called the Village Files project. They were quite amazing because they had information of every village in Palestine, mainly about the details of how good actually it would be to take it over. So there's a lot of information about the quality of the land, how rich the people were, to the extent that they even knew how many fruit are on each tree, there is on each tree, what were the political affiliation of people.
That is some shady stuff. And all of these videos, I mean, these are old videos that are resurfacing, and they just show you the Zionist
how easy or how difficult it would be to occupy it.
Now, I have found some interviews of people saying that most of these Zionist families are doing like satanic rituals in their homes, and they force their young ones to do their rituals. And these children are petrified and they are like scarred for their whole life. I mean, these things are just another thing. So here's another view of a drone that just hit the Dubai consulate and US consulate in Dubai. And the big big explosion that has happened. There's smoke.
निकल
Why is Andrew Tate still?
another drone
Habibi, come to Dubai. Come to Dubai. Leave from there. Screaming, leave from there while I say, Habibi, come to Dubai.
regimes like
Dang. So, also, I want to highlight this video that you're seeing is from Dubai. And the Dubai princes and the Dubai businessman are linked to Epstein files. One of the big businessmen of Dubai, who is actually a close confidant of the Prince of Dubai, they are implicit and they are like, there's like a big communication, a lot of communication between the Prince of Dubai. And what do you really think about these Gulf nations? Because most of them are monarchies and they're controlled by the United States of America, because United States of America has this massive military bases all over the Gulf states. The people who live there are not happy with the rulers, but they can't say anything because most of them are monarchies. And I mean, just in Dubai, there's like more expats in Dubai than the original population of Dubai. And why are they so prosperous? You think it's because of the oil? Venezuela has some oil as well. Ethiopia has some oil as well. Why aren't they rich? Iran has the oil as well. Because to extract that billions of dollars of oil from the ground each day, they made this deal with the devil. They sold their oil off for trillions of dollars over like 40, 50 years that they have been getting that oil out. And the deal is that they are going to bend over and they're going to implement the Zionist agenda. Now, there's reports that there were Mossad agents caught both in Dubai and in Saudi Arabia trying to bomb their oil fields. So it's really hard. I mean, now it's really hard to stand with Israel and their agenda while you are an ally of Israel. You're still getting bombed by Israel. So Israel knows that if it destroys Iran, there's going to be no kingdom, or there's going to be no nation that can stand in front of Israel. And these billionaire sheikhs will bend their backs over when Israel comes and makes the greater Israel. So let's just watch a few other videos. So this is from 2 hours ago, and Iranian drone strikes have been observed over Dubai with multiple explosions heard across the city. The U.S. consulate was targeted by Iranian drones. You just saw that. This is breaking news just coming out, and we're just finding out all of these things. So there's let me show you this. So can you tell me, Mr. Donald Trump, why are these people chanting death to America? Khamenei is dead. 49 of the regime's top leaders are dead. So why aren't if these people were so oppressed, and if you knew so much, and if your friends knew so much about all of these things, why in the hell do you think that right now, as is Iran's cities are being bombed, there's like massive people outside in Tehran chanting death to America. You know what? There's this saying, you play silly games, win silly prizes. And Donald Trump really fucked up really, really bad this time. There's like no going back, and and this is like a really interesting video. It shows that missiles are currently being moved in the US. Something really big is coming, and the White House just posted new details about Epic Fury. Operation Epic Fury. Now, why are they moving like missiles in United States? Do you see the big truck that is moving? Holy freaking shit. Something out of a Hollywood movie, Terminator style. So that's what we're thinking. We're thinking about nukes going on. Now,
so the United States will have suffered over $100 billion worth of infrastructure damage. And that's a good thing, because by destroying the American military infrastructure in the Middle East, we ensure that America won't come back. And by demonstrating to the Gulf Arab states that America cannot provide a security shield, that we are a toothless paper tiger when it comes to actually defending people, they're going to be looking elsewhere for their security. And what that means is they're going to be seeking peace with Iran, not war with Iran.
So yeah, the paper tiger, Scott Ritter just said that the paper tiger that America is, and how they're fleeing the
What a
Gulf
glorious
states.
sight.
And he just
I think by the time this is done, by the end of the week,
spent like $1 billion freaking dollars, and now the whole Gulf knows that Trump and his forces, his $1 trillion army, can't defend the Gulf states anymore. And no one is going to trust America. They would rather do a deal with Iran than trust Donald Trump again. I mean, most of these Gulf nations are done. Might not, Saudi Arabia might not be done, but I mean, you'll see in the future.
Run in fear as they beg Iran to stop.
Iran, please stop. We lose, you win. Please stop.
You don't get to play the victim this time, Israel. You don't get to play, oh, poor me. Oh, I didn't know any better. Oh, it's a war crime. Oh, they're using cluster munitions. Oh, they're blowing up our capital. Oh, they're blowing up our women and children. Oh, they're blowing up. Nah, you don't get to play the perpetual victim anymore. Those days are long gone. The world feeling sympathy for the Israelis after what they did to the citizens of Gaza, after we watch you ethnically cleanse the entire gosh damn continent. No, motherfuckers. Now it's your turn. Now you get to sit and beg as the rest of the world watches fucking Iran stream a genocide in 4K. Fuck you guys.
Iran, please stop.
Iran, please stop. And this guy makes like a really good point. Now these people are begging for mercy and they're saying that we've lost the war. Please stop Iran. Why are you begging for mercy? Did you show your mercy to the Palestinian children when you were bombing them? Did you show mercy when you were bombing like the hospitals over there? I mean, these genocidal maniacs, now they're crying and they're like shaking. Are we supposed to sympathize with them? I mean, are we really supposed to sympathize with these idiots who thought they could start a war, a world war, and there was a greater Israel, and they now when they're near death, the mind plays games with you when you're in a near death situation. And I mean, some of these people who have done such atrocities are now thinking that in the afterlife, when they're going to die, they're not probably going to meet God. They're probably going to meet Satan in the depths of hell. And they're scared. They're scared. I mean, let's just watch. Yes, the Strait of Hormuz is also closed, and attempts to bypass any lockdowns will be tolerated by force. And this is like an Iranian Shaheed drone that is going over Strait of Hormuz. And some say that the Chinese ships can move, but really there's no movement in the Strait of Hormuz. And yeah, you see the blast? This probably, I hope everyone's fine, but seems like a big blast. And that is how Iranians have closed the Strait of Hormuz. Oil went up actually like $20-$30 already, and natural gas is going up. And Japan just explained that it can not afford the Strait of Hormuz being closed because their reserves are like for 250 days. And if the war prolongs, Japan is done. So countries are now really begging Donald Trump. All the Gulf countries are begging Donald Trump to stop this war. They thought they could defeat Iran. They thought they had the numbers. They thought they had the weapons and the defense systems and the Patriot missiles. But look at this footage that I'm showing you. It's like Tel Aviv burning down to the ground. So let's watch some more videos. So this is Tehran, guys. This is Tehran. Actually, right now, where the regime was going to be toppled, where thousands, literally thousands of people, you can see thousands of people that we see on the streets chanting, "Death to Muslims." Oh my baby Jesus. And you know, when you mess with the religion, when you mess and kill the biggest cleric of Shiaism, he's like, I mean, you don't know a lot about Islam, do you, Donald Trump? Now you'll find out what's happening.
डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने कह दिया कि ईरान का डिफेंस, एयरफोर्स, नेवी और लीडरशिप सब तबाह हो चुके हैं। अब ईरान हमसे बातचीत करना चाहता है, लेकिन हम नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि बहुत देर हो चुकी है। ए भाई, कितना झूठा आदमी है बॉस ये कह रहे हैं कि उनका एयर डिफेंस, एयरफोर्स, नेवी, लीडरशिप सब खत्म हो गया। अरे भाई, जब
So Donald Trump is saying their air defense, air force, navy, and leadership is gone, and they want to stop the war. The point is, if the navy and the leadership and everything is gone, now who is begging Donald Trump to stop the war? I mean, this guy doesn't make sense.
ओके, वहां गड्ढा कर रहे हो, खुद क्यों कह रहे हो कि युद्ध लंबा चलेगा जब सब खत्म ही हो गया है? वहां अपनी सेना को क्रिकेट खेलने भेजोगे क्या? ये सारी बातें बताती हैं कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप पैनिक मोड में है। झूठ पे झूठ, झूठ पे झूठ बोलकर अपने देश के लोगों को ठग रहे हैं, दुनिया को ठग रहे हैं। ट्रंप कह रहे हैं कि ईरान में सब कुछ खत्म कर दिया, लेकिन आज देखिए कि तेहरान में अमेरिका और इजराइल ने मिलकर फिर जबरदस्त बम फोड़े। ये धुएं का गुबार देखिए, और इसी से आपको अंदाजा लग जाएगा कि
the lies with Donald Trump and just to
90s in
give you a little taste of these sick people. I was talking about these rituals that these guys are doing, how they're eating, like sacrificing infant babies. And this is not related to Epstein or Donald Trump, but this is
things with the adults and the animals, and then a sacrifice would happen.
The sacrifice, were these animal sacrifices?
Animals and people.
Your nan made you have with animals?
Yeah. Like goats and donkeys.
How many men or how many people would have with you?
What, at one time?
Yes.
But everyone who was there, which must have been about 20, you know, from 10 to 20 people. If it was a big ceremony, it used to be 30.
What would your grandma be doing when these men were forcing themselves on you?
Usually laughing or smiling.
Could Teresa be just making it up?
No.
God damn. I mean, his grandmother was laughing while this innocent girl was being raped by 30 people. So that is the sort of sick mentality that we're facing right now. And who is Donald Trump protecting this? He's protecting the Epstein class. He's protecting the pedophiles. And I mean, there's always a God. And the balance always comes back. And that is Tel Aviv. A few hours ago, that happened in Tel Aviv. Big bombs going off. Big bombs going off.
What the fuck? Like, what the What is going on?
Dubai. Have you come to Dubai?
Oh my. Look! What the fuck?
Center of the ground. That one really Scott Ritter was saying that he was amazed when the war started. He was amazed at the bomb.
Look! Oh, look at that up there!
Dubai
Up there.
city center, and now they're hitting the U.S. consulate in Dubai. They're hitting the city centers.
Yo, what the fuck?
Dubai, they're not.
Breaking news: China has stressed.
So, I mean, some of these footages I don't want to show you, but you can see how this guy was like torturing the city child, the city kid, putting him in water, and storing himself in all these children. Now, what is really in the new Epstein files is like so much of this ridiculous shit that is in the Epstein files that you can't imagine. I mean, people who just went through the Epstein files, these people are like hardcore people. They're like, they don't get moved that easily, but they are like fucked up beyond any point. And the controversy comes that these people are like the worshippers of Baal. Baal is like the god who is responsible for the sacrificing. They sacrifice animals for Baal, they sacrifice children for Baal. And I mean, I don't actually believe that there's a Baal and it can give you special powers, but these maniacs, these ridiculous people really do think that it'll give them special powers. There's like this satanic Baal which will come and give them like superhuman abilities. So in another news, Russia saying military alerts U.S. stocks could just vanish in 3 weeks. And if the United States makes like 55 Patriot missiles in a month, and they're consuming much more than that every day, while Iran has the capability to create like 100 missiles. Now, that is like
It's cooked. They're even in a worse predicament than China.
focusing.
254 days of oil reserves. If the Strait of Hormuz is closed for an extended period due to the ongoing war, it will be a very serious problem for Japan's economy. Also, the Japanese government, or at least not the fucking pliant leadership in Japan that are America dick riders and Israel dick riders, but the rest of the Japanese government has been losing their fucking minds because America did not even give them a prior notice that they were striking Tehran. And there are
So they didn't even tell Japan before attacking, and Japan is like pissed.
What role in the Middle East again does Israel play in this?
Israel was created as the instrument to bring about the Battle of Armageddon and the fulfillment of prophecy, a war that will be so terrible, where nuclear weapons will be used, so that the American citizens and the other people in the world will get down on their knees and beg for no more war. And what is the answer to that? They're going to be told the only way we can guarantee no more war is if we destroy the sovereignty of nations and we come together as one humanity in a one world government.
Right. Okay. And the Jewish people were then being manipulated into believing it was for some other reason.
That's correct. They've always been manipulated. And I get people who still come to me all the time and say, Bill, you're all wrong. It's the Jews. The Jews are subverting the world. Man, it's not the Jews. It's not the Catholics. It's not the blacks. It's these men who belong to the ancient mystery schools, who meet in secret and decide the fate of the world. And they belong to all different races and all different nationalities and all different religions to the public point of view. But in secret, it's a different story. At the highest level of all countries, they all belong to the same club. And we, the people, sit back and we watch this grand drama, which is being played out for our benefit.
So, these Zionists are controlling. So, this is Israel bombs Tehran's airport. And this is Tehran's airport. I mean, it's not like it's like a one-way war. These people bomb like thousands and thousands of bombs each day. And you know, when they're bombing Israel back, they're like, Netanyahu is like furious from it now. So there's like mass casualties on both sides. Injured and oh my god, oh my god, supersonic hit on exact location. Oh my god.
כל המפרץ פיצוץ אחד גדול! תסגרי את החלון מהר!
Probably someplace. Buy hotel guests, shelter in park.
So we came to Dubai, and this is safe to say it's probably been the craziest trip so far. We were on a boat when all the missiles started firing. We just saw loads and loads of smoke and missiles. We basically were then evacuated by the hotel, and we had to stay in the basement at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Habibi, come to Dubai. Come to the parking lot. That's what they need to say. There's like this video going on. OnlyFans and Instagram influencers who were supposed to sell their bodies online, now they're stuck in Dubai. What does and how would you respond if like there was like an OnlyFans stuck, a war between Iran and Israel, and the whole world was burning, and these godless OnlyFans girls are stuck over there, and some of them are trying to leave to Miami, some of them are trying to leave to Europe. but they can't get any flights in. So let's.
Epstein arranged military helicopters for his friends so they could fly through Afghanistan mountains and hunt down farmers? Wait, what? Time to speak. Sorry for all the typos. I'm in a remote valley in Afghanistan. It's my birthday wish with boys with toys. Spent time with Petraeus. Wait, wasn't that an American Army general? What the yesterday, and he loaned me a chopper. What? He loaned me a chopper, actually two, with one as backup. Can't call till tomorrow. Afghanistan civilian deaths. 44 of the total 79 civilian deaths were from airstrikes, were from helicopter attacks. Let me get this straight. Jeffrey Epstein at least like hooked his friends up with somebody that would give them helicopters.
So you just heard Aswan Gold. Jeffrey Epstein was actually, he's talking to some of his friends, and they actually were with the U.S. general, and they got like a helicopter to shoot down people, and this is live on news. So you understand
so they
sort
could
of
fly
people
through
these are
Afghanistan.
now. These are the people who are getting boys, little Afghan boys, and they're raping them, and they're having sex with them, and they're having the time of their lives. And then they get a helicopter from a US general, and there's like another helicopter that is behind them just for like a safety precaution, and they are killing people, sniping people from the helicopters just for fun. I don't know how much money this general took, but might be a lot of money. Or so hold on a second. Where were we? So so this is Tel Aviv today, guys.
If a drone, and these drones cost $50,000, if they wiped out these.
Assalamualaikum, walaikum salam, Nadine. Thank you for being here, joining our live streams. And V-Rox is here. He's saying, life is too simple for stress. Just blame the Jews and move on. Bichari OF model sisters, God help them. Donald Trump's team. That was a nice comment. Yeah, bichari OF models. जो फंसी हुई है.
The joint U.S. Israeli attacks.
Habibi, come to Dubai.
Month-old granddaughter, Zahra Mohammadi Golpegani. She was barely over a year old, and they killed her and her mother, Bushra, and her aunt, Huda. And I know Western media is itching to say that they were being used as human shields, that he was hiding behind the bodies of his granddaughter and daughters. Because Netanyahu, who's gotten into fistfights with his son on multiple occasions, wouldn't know that most people want to be around their families in a time of crisis. So they killed a 14-month-old baby, her mother, and her aunt, and you're going to hear them try to justify it. This is after attacking a girls' school, a school that held children between the ages of 7 and 12. An attack that has killed now 148 of those children. They also attacked a sports hall, killing 20 female Iranian volleyball players. And I'm sorry, what's the saying again? Oh yeah, historically, when America begins caring about a woman's rights in a Middle Eastern country, those women are about to get bombed.
Oh my God.
It is. The joint U.S. Israeli attack
killed, and so much for women rights when you can bomb like barely a 1-year-old granddaughter of Khamenei. I mean, then you see Israel, and then you're supposed to sympathize with them. You're supposed to sympathize on their situation, while now the world is not going to sympathize with these Jews when their buildings are burning. People are actually happy, and I don't know any situation in which you could be happy when innocent people, innocent Jews are dying. That's not a sight to see, but people are now actually happy because of all the hypocrisy that these elites and the Zionist regime has done, and their lives matter, but all of the world are all the groups in the world are goyams who need to be killed, and their children also need to be murdered. That's the Iranian. This is the Iranian regime ready for a new batch of rockets heading right towards all the Gulf states and Tel Aviv. Guys, please sympathize with these.
Can is
I don't know if this video is AI or what.
can Israel
But seems quite good.
Victor, what do you make of this?
Scared.
What should we think of this?
Shitless. So this chart that I was seeing is like really like hit me because we know about USA, which is the modern Zionist regime. I mean, not all of the presidents of United States of America were Zionists, but it was formed by a Zionist regime, and it surely seems like Mariam Adelson has Donald Trump by the balls. And let's just go and watch. I mean, the Masons, the Illuminatis, and the Jesuits actually were responsible for creating USA. And before USA, it was Switzerland. Before Switzerland, there was Vatican. And before Vatican, there were Canaanites. And the pharaohs and the king of Babylon and the Roman Empire and the Khazaras and the Masons, they're all freaking related. There's this little girl who came out with the family tree of all the US presidents, and all of them were related except for one. They were all from this Persian, Iranian kingdom, from one family. And I mean, there's like these 11 or 12 families in the world who have most of the resources. They have trillions of dollars, while the world is fighting for like $1 or $2. So I know the powers of YouTube and the algorithm won't like what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to be a bit neutral on the situation, and we're just giving you our perspective.
We don't know who they are, but they control the military. They control the national security apparatus. And these people, there are different names for these people. You can call them the Illuminati. And the Illuminati are composed of three major groups. Okay, you have the Jesuits, who control the Vatican. You have the Sephardim Frankists, which control the modern state of Israel today. And you have the Freemasons, which control the national security apparatus of the United States. And they believe that Israel, this war in the Middle East, is key to the end times in creating heaven on earth. So it's almost like a script that they're following, even though it doesn't make any geopolitical sense.
There's not like only Zionist Jews, they're like Zionist Christians and Zionist Muslims. All of them do believe. So Brock says, do you think will they launch ground forces? I think soon. Yes, Trump wants a third presidency. He wants a third term, and there's no president who has had a third term. Now Donald Trump is going to have like a third term, and the only way he's going to have a third term is if he gets boots on the ground, then America will be in a seriously bloody war, and Donald Trump might have the ability to run the third time. Although I think
So I would say that these three are the best reasons why this is happening.
might just lose the midterms on this massive blunder. So let's just watch. I mean, there's like thousands of bombs every day.
We created ISIS. I mean, ISIS.
That pedophiles are in power.
Yes.
They are literally in power. And that is intentional because then they can be controlled while they are in power. And they are also exhibiting signs of a psychopathology that lets them know that they will do harm to the masses and feel nothing because they were themselves, many of them, raped when they were children. Yep. It is not a coincidence that Justin Trudeau is gay. Obama, gay. Zelensky, gay. Emmanuel Macron, gay and married to a trans man who molested him when he was a child. And that despite the overwhelming evidence, for me, the litmus test now is like Brigitte Macron. I'm like, if you want to figure out who is a fraud in media, there's no way to read that 6-part series and go through it and come out of it being like, no, totally legit. Like these are just rumors. It's like one picture of yourself in your first 30 years of living, please. And they
show me her brother.
Where's your brother?
Where is? I'll show you my brother. Yeah, where's your brother?
Yeah,
it's actually
that pedophiles are in power.
Yes. They are a bunch of gays, and they're a bunch of Zionists that are in the places of power, and they've been controlled and manipulated, just as Donald Trump is, just as his pedo friends are. And Mariam Adelson is having the last laugh. So, this is Tel Aviv. Latest footage of how Tel Aviv is being hit. And
reality is this. For the longest time, Dubai had a reputation for being safe, and that's why people moved their money there. Guess what, guys? After what the Iranians did, it's dead. Dubai as a city, in the long term, it is dead. Because you're a wealthy Westerner, you're not going to move to a place where it could be attacked anytime by the Iranians. You might move to Singapore, you might move to Hong Kong, Japan, South America, but you're not moving to Dubai, okay?
Yeah, so all of the people who just got their apartments in Marina, all of the people who said, Habibi, come to Dubai. Dubai is never going to recover. Your investments, whatever you bought in Dubai, is going to go down the drain. It's probably, when the whole Dubai crashes, it's probably a good time to buy. But think about all of the people, all of the Goyams who have invested in Dubai. Think of all the investment and think about these pedophile sheikhs who have been running Dubai. And they've spent like trillions of dollars just on their PR campaigns and their mega Burj Al Khalifa. And what happened to Burj Al Khalifa? The lights are off for the first time. They've been targeted by an Iranian drone, and people are in the parking lot, sleeping in the parking lot. They're deserted. Whatever you do, don't buy an office in Burj Al Khalifa because it's not going to stay long. So the Jews are panicking finally.
איזה קטע? נפל פה רסיס ליד הבית שלנו. פיגוד על הרסיס!
Israel, we don't.
This is another site that was hit in Israel a few hours ago. Now you're not seeing from Israel right now because people cannot post, but this is someone's house that has been bombed by Iranian bombs. Where is the Iron Dome, guys? Where did your Iron Dome go?
The UAE has taken a clear step.
Iran just announced that they're closing the embassy in Tehran. I mean, yeah, that's gonna help. That's gonna help. Habibi, close your agency in Dubai.
In the region has been hit. Even the American air base at Incirlik in Turkey has been struck. All of these bases have been rendered unusable by us. Whether they are seaports or airfields, it doesn't make any difference. So Iran has done really a spectacular job of simultaneously attacking all of these critical bases very early on. And finally, remember, this is...
Okay, now we hear the siren.
Center of Tel Aviv. Do you know that the headquarters of Amazon Web Services were also hit? And Jeff Bezos is really mad right now because his servers, his $1,000 servers, the $100,000
Next,
servers
what's
were
your
hit.
sense? With Donald Trump, we
And this is U.S. Embassy in Riyadh. So I just showed you the U.S. Embassy in Dubai, and now you see the U.S. Embassy in Dubai in flames, in Saudi Arabia in flames. So, I mean, we're getting a little late as well. I want to show you a lot of other things as well, but let me show you a few videos that I think are very important. Oh, yeah. So my phone just died. And I think we might have seen a lot of things for today, and it's about time. Fizan Flo did a question. What do you think about Pakistan people killed in Islamabad or Karachi? So they heard news. It's out there. There's a video out there of U.S. soldiers firing live ammunition onto people, not only guys, also women, and there's like dead bodies, like 7, 8 dead bodies, and people are like really freaking furious on what the hell the US soldiers were thinking while they shot all of these guys. And there's like, it's not on the public TV, but there's a huge movement going on in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad as we speak. And the government, it's really hard for the government right now to be on the American side. Why? Because Shehbaz Sharif was openly hugging Donald Trump a few days ago. The Field Marshal of Pakistan was also with Donald Trump, and they were goody best friends. And now it's after the killing of Khamenei, after this humongous miscalculation, now there's no taking sides with Donald Trump. The whole Muslim nation, the whole Muslim Ummah is pissed. In Qatar, people are protesting. In Iran, people have taken over the embassy, the US embassy. Iran was firing bombs from the air, but they were actual militias, Sunni and Shia, both Sunni and Shia militias that attacked from ground on the US consulate in Iran, and they have burned the whole place down. And also, the Pakistanis are now demanding, thousands and thousands of Pakistanis are out on the street, and they're demanding the US to leave Pakistan, close their embassies. People are fed up what they did with Gaza. I don't know how people were like sleeping, but Khomeini was the actual fire that lit the whole Muslim nation and took it to another level. Now all of the cat is out of the bag and there's nothing to hide. And all of these leaders, these Arab leaders, the Saudi Arabia kingdom, and the princes, and the Dubai princes, and the Omani, and the Qatari, now all of these stooges, puppets of the West are being cancelled all over the Muslim world, because these people were best friends. They were goody. They were playing the Israeli game. They were doing billions of dollars, trillions of dollars of investment in United States of America. Donald Trump had given them protection, security. America was like $1 trillion, $2 trillion a year military complex that was unmatched. But then comes Iran's 25 years of preparation, and Iran's hypersonic missiles, suicide drones, and America just fucked up and found out that you don't mess with an ideology. You can kill like 50 people of the Iranian regime, but you can't kill an ideology. And thanks, Donald Trump, you were the president who was going to stop all the wars. You were the president who was going to make the world a better place. You were going to stop the World War III. And you just lit the fire that this war is not going to stop anytime soon. All of these people who are still sitting in their mansions in the Gulf thinking that this is going to end real soon. There's going to be a ceasefire. The Iranians are going to come begging to United States. All of these ambitions will be crushed, and there's going to be no one left to help you guys. So with that, it's like almost any time we have to go do make a fast. So thank you all of the people who joined us today and all of the people who are going to watch our live stream after we have streamed. We covered a lot of interesting topics. Especially we covered the situation, the ground situation that has been happening for the past few days, where Israel is being hit, where Iran is being hit. You can go back and watch all of the stream. We gave you videos of the pedophiles. We gave you videos of the Zionists. We showed you what the military industrial complex is, what the Jewish, the Zionist, the Rockefeller, this filthy empire is really up to, and Donald Trump, they've got Donald Trump by the balls. Donald Trump is doing whatever Netanyahu wants him to do. And where's Netanyahu? Some say that he has fled Israel and is sitting safely in Germany while all the Israeli people are giving their life away. And the U.S. soldiers, 560 was the number yesterday. Today it's like 650 U.S. soldiers have died in this horrific war that America had no freaking interest whatsoever. They were not threatened by Iran at all. Iran was never going to attack them. They provoked the lion. They kicked the lion in the balls, and now they found out that if you play silly games, you win silly prizes. And I mean, Donald Trump just found out for real, because I don't know, the Epstein files were coming out. 7 days of the biggest revelations, and Donald Trump had to start a war. I was going to show you a video. I'm going to show you that video tomorrow in our live streams. The video is of Donald Trump screaming. He's screaming, take the whole fucking damn thing down. Go start a fucking war. Please help me with this Epstein shit, because he's going to get impeached. He's going to go to prison. There's like millions, terabytes of data, of video footage incriminating, and Donald Trump has been mentioned more times in the Epstein list than Jesus Christ in the Bible. So, guys, so much for the Western hegemony, so much for the Western morals. All of these sick pedophile freaks who are burning the world. I mean, who's going to stop them? Or do you guys think there's going to be an actual nuclear Armageddon? I hope all of you remain safe, but if there's going to be a nuclear war, the best bet might be New Zealand or Switzerland or some Cayman Islands or some remote islands that are not going to be affected. The rest of the world is going to feel the wrath of the nuclear winter, because it's going to be 10 freaking years of no sunlight and all your farming and vegetation is going to fail. People are going to die hungry. Some of them, the lucky ones, are going to be killed in the initial blast. Whoever remains is going to have cancer and they're going to starve to death because there's going to be no food for like 10 years. Can you survive a day or two without food? Think about 10 years. And that is your president, Donald Trump, guys. It's too much. It's too much. And I mean, it's time for us to say goodbye to our live stream, and we're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to do like a few hours tomorrow. It's going to be a special live stream, and we're going to cover the filth that these people have done. We have like footage that's going to blow your mind away, and we have facts that are really blow your mind away. So thank you everyone for joining us today in this special live stream. We hope all of you are fine. We hope that you're not going to Dubai or Habibi come to Dubai, and let's see. I'll see you again real soon. Bye bye. Peace out. Thank you. Vali Wonders. Do subscribe. YouTube is banning us, so do subscribe. It helps us improve our channel. काफी दिनों बाद लाइव की भी कुछ ना कुछ लोग आ रहे थे 58 व्यूज पे भी आ गए अच्छा मुझे एक चीज और पता चली यहाँ पे ज्वाइन कर रहे थे वहां पे वो रेट है अभी बंदे ने कहाँ पे वो देखा है लोग पीछे करके ना वो जहाँ पे ट्रम्प का पॉज किया था ना आपने ट्रम्प के बारे में आप बता रहे थे वहां से लोग देख रहे तो वो बड़ा आपने अच्छा बताया आप तो आगे आ गए ना वहां पे लोग भी देख रहे थे अच्छा अच्छा वहां पे आपने कुछ बताया अच्छे लगा कुछ अच्छे लगा मेरा ख्याल से चीजों को ऐसे यहाँ ही रहने दो कल जो है इंशाल्लाह तारीख से पहले आके ना लाइक और की लाइव स्ट्रीम करेंगे और लाइटों को बंद कर दो लाइटों को नीचे कर दो थोड़ा सा ताकि गिरने का खतरा ना हो चैनल हेल्प करती है ना हाँ चाइना में हाँ वो मैंने कमेंट किया था वो आपने देखा नहीं हाँ मैंने देखा नहीं सॉरी काफी ऐसी हैं चीजें जो कि ना मेरे को डाटा काफी है लेके कल आप करेंगे तो बहुत